Hello, and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode of
Wow! How'd you code that?
you're going to learn how to write a method that returns true if a given numerical string consists of both ascending and consecutive numbers. For example, can you see both ascending and consecutive numbers in the following string?
Almost, but not quite. I can see the numbers 23, 24, and 25, but the 6 just messes it up.
Correct. How about 12,131,213?
12 and 13 are consecutive, but without 14 and 15, it's not ascending.
Okay, here's one that has both ascending and consecutive numbers. Can you tell what they are?
9, 1? No, wait, 91, 99. No, 919, 920, and 921.
Excellent. Now, using that same logic, how would you write a method that produces the same results? Wait, before you get started, if you are new to this channel, or if you're a regular viewer of our videos, and you're not a subscriber, like this video, and subscribe to this channel now. Be sure to click on the notification bell to be notified, every weekend, when we post new content. Okay, now tell me how you'd solve this problem.
First, I store the length of the incoming string in a primitive integer variable, named in. Next, I define a Boolean variable, named found, which will denote when we found an ascending and consecutively numbered substring, and I initialize it to false. Next, I define a loop that will execute until we find an ascending, consecutive substring, or the length of the incoming string is reached. For each iteration of the loop, the variable j is incremented by 1. Next, if the length of the incoming string is divisible by j, the iteration counter of the outer loop, I set up an inner loop that will execute until the variable I equals the length of the incoming string. For each iteration of the inner loop, the variable I is incremented by the value of j, the iteration counter of the outer loop. Next, if the iteration counter of the inner loop, plus the product of the iteration counter of the outer loop, and 2, is less than or equal to the length of the incoming string, I grab the first few characters denoted by the sum of the iteration counter of the inner loop, and the iteration counter of the outer loop, convert the value to an integer, and assign the result to a primitive variable named num1. Next, I grab the same number of characters immediately adjacent to num1, and store the value in a primitive variable named num2. Next, I evaluate whether num1 plus 1 equals num2. If it does, I set my found variable to true, and let the inner loop continue processing. Otherwise, I set the found variable to false, and break the inner loop. When processing is complete, the value of found is returned to the caller. Phew, that was cool, man.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and share with your friends and family. If you have a better solution, or have questions about this solution, feel free to ask it in the comments below. If you want to see more coding challenges like this, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode of
Wow! How'd you code that?